How do you think though? How do you think Pereira would do in heavyweight?
Because
I was going to say it's a big jump.
Yeah. I'd say well away from Jon Jones because he is going to.
That's what I was going to say because he's a mod. Yeah. I don't know who's going to be able to beat him.
Well away from. Well, I've seen Pereira's wrestling, and I'm not going to say it's terrible, but you stay well away from Jon Jones.
Yeah.
The Brazilian assassin, Alex Pereira, is one of the most feared fighters in the UFC with a terrifying left hook, and he has been crowned middleweight champion. Many fighters, including his coach, Glover Teixeira, have emphasized how big Pereira is, making it difficult for him to stay under the 185-pound limit required for the division. Just look at this guy, he's a big man. Let's hear it from Glover himself.
Hey, we talk about, look at this guy, man. He can fight any division. He can fight in heavyweight, light heavyweight, because he's big, man. And of course, eventually, I think he's gonna want to do that because that weight cut for him is a big cut. You know, he doesn't complain. He just keep going. He just do it well because he likes to, you know, be 185 and.
There has been talk on several occasions that Alex could fight in the heavyweight division, to which Robert Whittaker warns him to stay well away from Jon Jones. Although Pereira's striking is one of the best in the world, Whittaker says he has a lot to improve in grappling, so a fight against a fighter as well versed in all aspects as Jon Jones is a huge danger for the Brazilian. Chael Sonnen is another who has spoken about the possibility of Pereira facing Jones, and with his size and weight, there is a possibility that he could move up to heavyweight.
The talk of Alex Pereira versus Jon Jones, I mean, it's begun. It's begun. Glover comes out, says that Pereira might go up to heavyweight. Then you got people like me saying, well, he is 6'4". Yeah, he could go to heavyweight. Now you got Robert Whittaker weighing in. Robert Whittaker's opinion matters more than most for a couple of reasons. First off, Robert Whittaker is amongst the greatest fighters to ever do this sport. Any weight class, any way you want to do it. The other thing is Robert Whittaker is quite possibly the #1 contender for Pereira's championship. More than quite possibly. If Pereira is to beat Adesanya, I would predict for you that Robert Whittaker goes the next with Pereira. So for Robert Whittaker to weigh in on this and say, yeah, I think Pereira is going to change the weight, it's a big deal. It's a big deal because he risks the backlash of, yeah, I'm sure that's just what you want because you don't want to fight him.
What would happen if Adesanya lost again to Alex Pereira? Israel Adesanya has proven to be one of the best UFC fighters in recent years. The stylebender has reached the top of his division, thanks to his extraordinary skills in the octagon. However, his life has been turned upside down lately by the reappearance of a ghost from his past, the Brazilian assassin Alex Pereira, who dethroned him and took away the middleweight belt. With a rematch scheduled for April 8 at UFC 287, many have wondered how a fourth loss to the Brazilian would affect Adesanya's legacy as a fighter. There are many fighters with great legacies in the UFC, like Daniel Cormier who could never defeat Jon Jones. Or Georges St-Pierre and Randy Couture, who were able to bounce back after multiple losses for the title. Michael Bisping has explained in his podcast how Adesanya could have a chance to surpass Pereira. He's just a better grappler.
He's going to come out there and go for a double leg takedown right off the bat because he was the better grappler. He's just a better grappler, simple as that. He took him down, controlled him for a little bit, and who knows, he might be trying to go for a submission this time. Because the thing is, you don't have to be a great wrestler to learn the mechanics to do a double leg takedown. And certainly when you're Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira isn't necessarily going to expect that off the bat.
The future of Adesanya will depend on whether he loses, what he learns from his defeat, and how he reinvents himself as a fighter. If he wins, he will have defeated his personal boogeyman, starting a new chapter in his career. The bad blood between Jose Aldo and McGregor is still boiling. After Jose Aldo's last boxing match, McGregor tweeted that he would like to box with the MMA veteran. When asked about his thoughts on boxing with Conor, Jose Aldo responded, "Conor has a big mouth, he always talks a lot of Let's hear it from Jose Aldo himself.
É foda. Acho que, como te falei, né, primeiro eu vou sentar lá com Ali para ver qual o nosso próximo passo. O Conor é um cuzão do caralho, só fala isso porque já tá com a luta marcada e fala muito mais para vender qualquer coisa do que lutar mesmo, né? Então, é um filho da puta.
And we all know that McGregor doesn't stay quiet. It seems like Jose Aldo still remembers the 13-second knockout that Conor gave him. Belal Muhammad wants Usman's head as a shortcut to Edwards. I'm only looking upwards. Belal Muhammad is only focused on fighting upwards and sees Usman as a shortcut to challenge Edwards for the title. The guy that they consider the GOAT. If I beat him, there's no denying me after that, right?
For that one moment, that's why I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at the landscape, and I'm like, I do think it needs to be somebody that is considered the guy, and I think that Kamaru, ex-champion, he beat Kobe twice. I think that fight makes all the sense in the world. He, he was a guy that people consider the GOAT from the welterweight division. I go out there and, like I said, starch him, beat him dominantly. There's no denying me after that, right?
I agree.
Although there have been rumors, he has no interest in fighting Rakhmonov or any fighter who is ranked below him. This decision came after he defeated Sean Brady, and he only wants to face fighters who are better ranked than him. He believes that by defeating Usman, who has already beaten Colby twice, he will have the right to directly challenge Edwards for the title. Muhammad considers fighting Rakhmonov or any lower ranked fighter as fighting downwards. What do you think? Do you believe Belal deserves to fight for the division belt? Let us know in the comments. UFC merges with WWE. Under the terms of the agreement, Endeavor will possess a 51% stake in the newly formed Combat Sports and Entertainment Company, while WWE shareholders will retain the remaining 49%. The deal puts WWE's value at $9.3 billion and estimates the worth of UFC, which is owned by Endeavor, at $12.1 billion. Ariel Emanuel, CEO of Endeavor, said this is a rare opportunity to create a global live sports and entertainment pure-play built for where the industry is headed. For decades, Vince and his team have demonstrated an incredible track record of innovation and shareholder value creation, and we are confident that Endeavor can deliver significant additional value for shareholders by bringing UFC and WWE together. Conor McGregor tweeted about the deal yesterday. Congrats to the UFC, now worth a cool proper $12 billion. Wow. Endeavor about to scoop the WWE now also. Incredible. What a powerhouse. Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel is expected to serve as the chief executive of both Endeavor and the new entity, while Vince McMahon, the CEO of WWE, would be the executive chairman. Mark Shapiro, Endeavor's president, would also serve as an executive chairman for the new company. Dana White will retain his position as the president of UFC, and WWE CEO Nick Khan would serve as the president of the wrestling business within the new company. That's all for today's video. If you want to know the latest UFC news, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell, and click the like button, so you don't miss any details about the upcoming fights. Thanks for watching. See you soon.